feel like that I've watched the past couple, and I know it takes like there's a delay, especially on our podcast. We need to remember that. Like there's like a little delay of like maybe 5 seconds of us saying
Okay.
hi everybody. So
All right.
when I
Fair
watch
enough.
back, it's like I don't know, it's like me saying, "Hi everybody, welcome," and it starts with like maybe halfway through the welcome. So
Fair enough. We can pause. I'll save all my good material for after 10 seconds.
all right. I was trying to share this. Hi Richard.
Richard, good evening. You're smarter than I am about that. Hey,
Oh,
darling. I don't
hi
know that
Dan.
I don't know that Janelle
Hi
appreciates you
Joe.
calling her Mr. Sweet Pickles, though, darling.
Mike. Today at Epcot, I found the cutest little pickle, and I don't know if anybody took a screenshot of it. And he had two little legs, and I was like, "Where's Mike?"
It was a real pickle.
No, it was like a little stuffed pickle. It was so
Oh,
cute.
okay. I'm
Hi
like going
Brandon.
a real pickle with legs. Oh my god.
Hi Heather. Hi
Hey,
Darstar.
Darstar, welcome in. Hey, Claire Bear.
Hi
Hi,
Claire Bear
Diane.
Diane.
Oh, good, Diane, you're here. Wait a minute. What is this sweet pickle stuff? Come on now. I was going to say, oh, good, Diane's here. She had a question for us, but I don't think I want to answer it now, Diane. Hey, Casey, how are you? Hey, Villains fan. Uh, hey, Vanta.
Hello everybody.
Tasha, hello. Gee, thanks for that.
Hi Tasha.
Y'all really know how to make a guy
Hi
feel
Casey
all the
5.
feels.
Yeah, look at that. Are you feeling the love, Mike?
I'm feeling something. I'm feeling the need for Pepto. I wonder, can you get Beverly shipped? Do you think they send that?
I mean, I was there today too.
Hey,
Hi,
Jules.
Jennifer. Hi, Jules. Hi, Sherry. Thank you, Dapper Vanta crew.
Someday I'm going to have a wall of something behind me. It won't be as cool as Janelle's lounge flies, but it'll be something. Hey, Amber.
Hi, Amber. Hi, 6527 Dave. Hello. Soren today was so much fun. So they changed the ending to represent what the park looks like now.
Oh, really?
So Guardians is in it, all
Okay.
the lights, and so yeah, it's you when you're going up to the Eiffel Tower, you know how you would go straight up and then you would get blinded by the light.
Yeah.
You don't do that. Hi Lamons. Hi Xavier.
Um,
um
there's not going to be a wall of pickles, guys. I
I
promise you.
agree, like I feel like we just get them like pickle pictures.
Not happening. I Now look, the closest I can come to your massive collection of lounge flies might be if I look in my office right now, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different mugs.
Hi
And we
Joseph
probably have
Dan.
more downstairs. So that's the closest I could get to a collection like you have.
Hi Dan. Do you know if the
Um,
rumor is true that Carsland might Casey, it's a rumor. Like no. And
yep.
my husband was telling me last night that like this it was clickbait. And it was like the headline was Disney canceling Cars Land and putting it somewhere else. Then if you read, it's just basically was like people want it to be canceled because so you have to go read more into it. So just be careful with what you're watching and or reading and don't fall for those rumors slash clickbait.
Yeah. Amber, trust me, one of me is more than all of you want to see. Pictures of me behind me is not what you guys want. And Amber, I appreciate you saying that I'm a trooper. Janelle made me be here tonight.
Xavier, it still did look a little bent,
Totally
but
kidding.
the Eiffel Tower, just so we get the record straight, I texted him and said, "Are you okay?" I've even, you know, maybe you good?
Uh, yes. So
You
for those that are on that you have no idea what in the world we're talking about,
yes.
um, I had surgery yesterday. I so I'm a two-time kidney cancer survivor, so I go see a urologist every year. I only have one kidney. Unfortunately, I am prone to make kidney stones. And because I only have one kidney, if I do have stones, um, it's possible that they could cause a blockage, which could be fatal. So it's important to have that addressed quickly. So I had surgery yesterday. I was at the hospital most of the day. They put you completely under to go in and remove the stones. And I got home around 4:30 or 5 yesterday afternoon. I'm on different medications. Janelle, yes, she was very good about asking if I wanted to do this or not. And while I'm not feeling great, any chance I can chat with Janelle and all of you always makes me feel better.
Joseph, 4 days. That's awesome.
Diane,
Um,
thank you.
and I do know, like with Mike, I trust him with when he's like this. I'd rather be here, doing this and occupying my time than just sitting there, not doing this. So I do trust him when he says, "I'm good. Let's do this." So
The reality is, Janelle would like one of these to happen when I'm in the hospital, completely drugged up.
we've talked
That's
about
what
that.
that's what her hope really is someday that happens.
We have talked about it, and he's promised me some good content, you
Oh,
guys.
look, dude, look, if that day comes, you can guarantee there are going to be things I say that I'll never have any recollection of saying ever.
But we'll have
Um,
it here, you guys.
that like I don't want to open up all of my medical history, but one of these surgeries, just like the one I had yesterday, at right about this time the next day, I spiked a fever. I had to go to the hospital. I went septic. The next day, my oldest
Um,
son and his girlfriend at the time came and visited me. I have no recollection of that whatsoever. So you can only imagine what kind of things I could say on a live if I don't even remember my son coming to visit me. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. Yeah, I took the really good drugs about 5 hours ago, so they've worn off. So I'm not too. But I can tell you what though, I don't know, probably a text I sent Janelle or a couple of you that might be on here. I got to a point where I would type it, I had to read it, I had to edit it, I had to read it again, edit it again because had typos all over the place, and then autocorrect kicks in, and God only knows what I was trying to tell you guys.
oh, you
Uh,
bought the
oh,
memory bank.
good,
Good
Tasha.
job, Tasha.
Good. Yeah, party at my house, Amber. Unfortunately, the pain meds that they prescribed yesterday, the pharmacy didn't have them, and so they said we can prescribe something a little bit lower dosage, but we can't just give that to you without a prescription. So they had to call the doctor's office. They didn't hear back from the doctor's office until 11 o'clock this morning. So I went without the good pain meds for the first 24 hours. So that was a pretty rough night last night.
The question is, did you nap today?
I did not sleep at all today. My parents came over and spent the whole day
Okay.
with me. Um, you know, just to coming off of the anesthesia, I wasn't supposed to drive at all, and they wanted to have somebody with me for the first 24 hours. So they
Okay.
came and spent the day with me. Lori was gone at her shop. And so since they came to spend the day with me, I kind of felt like I shouldn't just fall asleep and have them, sit there staring at me. It was about 4 o'clock this afternoon that I started to really feel it, that I was getting tired, but I'm like, I might as well push through the next 4 or 5 hours and then hopefully get a nice sound sleep tonight.
Okay, Mike. I don't mean to take away from everything you have going on, but our Tasha, our amazing, amazeball Tasha, still needs to pack
When does she leave?
tomorrow.
Uh, some people,
Still has time, right?
yeah, some people anxiety packing, they're more effective that way. I'm not one of those people. I'm already starting to pack for next May. I mean, that's just how I am, right? But no, there's
Diane
nothing
says,
wrong with that. And look,
oh,
Tasha, at the end of the day, whatever you decide to put in that suitcase and you get down there, it'll be enough. You'll
she's
manage.
fine.
You'll
She's
you'll be fine.
fine.
It'll be good.
I feel like so I'm the type of person that would be like, well, at least then I'll just buy something.
Yeah.
It's like my excuse for buying something.
Yeah. So Diane, I see that about a lot of parental love is sit and stare. I'm gonna brag on my mom for a minute. She actually had heart surgery on Monday. that it was more exploratory to see what the issue was. Unfortunately, it turned out to be as good as possible, and she's so damn stubborn that you'd have never known today that she had heart surgery on Monday because she was here all day.
Crazy.
Just she's a
Crazy.
trooper. But and Janelle, you know this as a parent, there's nothing you wouldn't do for your kid, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, some people do that. Hey, Deborah.
Hi,
Um,
Deborah.
yeah, it's been a pretty hefty 2 or 3 days for us here, Diane. That's for sure. My surgery was scheduled. It was like 11 days ago. I think for some reason 11 stands out, Janelle, that you made that comment to me about having to wait 11 days.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then so I knew mine was on Tuesday, and then that was sometime later last week that my mom was like, "All right, I'm having heart surgery on Monday," and that kind of hit me out of left field. Thanks, Angelo. I almost wore that one tonight.
Hi, Debops. Hi,
Box for you.
Debops. Yeah. I get if she wants to buy new stuff. Yep.
Absolutely. You always pack a duffel bag inside your suitcase so you got room. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tasha's driving now. So you just make sure you have plenty of room in the back seat or in the trunk of the
Yeah.
car and you're good to go.
Angela, hello.
Or get one of those things you can tie on the luggage rack on top and it can be for all your souvenirs.
Diana's pickles are canceled. Look at
Uh,
that. Diane's being nice.
Thank you, Diane. I will now resurrect the answer I have for your question. I guess we'll do your question now. You saved yourself there, Diane. I hope you know I'm teasing.
I want to say thank you everybody for coming up. I know I was busy um when I got home, and so I put up the stream last minute. I didn't ask questions this morning. I mean, I know earlier today in the live stream I said I don't even know if we're doing this. I'll let y'all know. And here we are. So, but I'm sure Mike has something for us. I'm sure Mike has been through all that he has been through, plus, me, and he probably still has his questions and answers all ready to go.
Look, I will do everything and anything for questions that get asked. I would never come cold turkey, but you're going to get about as chill a mic as you'll ever see tonight.
All right. We are here for it.
But by all means, if you have questions while we're chatting, please send them. I'm going to have to rely probably on Janelle to read them out loud because even with my bifocals, my vision is a little
You're
blurry
fine.
with what
I
I'm
got
doing
I
here.
got you. I'm
Um,
trying to find my scratch pad. My dear,
Darla, if my favorite color had been green, it wouldn't be anymore, thanks to you. Hey, Stitch has a glitch. Yes, Janelle, tonight might be night where your scratch
Stitch.
pad actually has to be used for more than doodling.
Let me show you what I got in the mail from Disney. So as a pass holder, I got
Yes,
this.
Timothy, I'm the guy that did the pickle contest. That's right. I'm Mr. Pickle. Yes.
So I got this. And it looks like that, and then it looks like this, and it says happy holidays to pass holders.
Sure.
And it's just super cute. But and I have Tiana's, Jack, Alice, Miguel, and they all have like recipes, which
Ooh,
on the back they're recipe cards.
that's really cool.
I feel like I need to wipe my camera off. And then
Diane, you're pushing your luck.
I guess these are like whenever you make them like your powdered sugar, they're like stencils.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you, Brandon. I
I
appreciate that.
I've never you got that too, DeBops? Miss DeBops. Hi, Miss DeBops. Um, yeah, it's super cool. I don't think have Miss DeBops, have you ever gotten anything? I don't ever remember getting anything for Christmas like that.
Oh, that's supposed to be for Christmas?
Yeah, it says happy holidays on it.
I thought maybe they were recipes for Thanksgiving week.
I mean, it's like got snowflakes and stuff on it.
That's cool. Caddy Bat, I see your question. I'm going to write it down. We'll hit it here in a little bit. Despite the fact that Janelle's supposed to be doing this, but I'll do this one.
I was looking for my scratch pad and hi Kevin. No, you're new to the AP thing. Well, you came in at the right year because I don't ever remember getting anything. You got those recipe cards, but it came with stencils, yeah. For making coffee foam. That's what it's for? I didn't read. All I know is there's
Now we know why I'm the one who writes down the questions. She doesn't read.
no, I'll show you my doodles when we're done. Okay. Always use caution when using sharp adjuncts and hot contents. Please supervise children. Hmm. Maybe there's like directions. They're cute.
That is really cool.
Diane says that's what you think that's what they are. Yeah. Um, whatever. Stencils for whatever you want it to be. Okay. Hi, Project Loop.
All right, so
Thank you.
Caddy Bat, I'm going to answer your question second in order.
Okay.
Since Diane's on, she was the first one that submitted questions. So we can hit that. And then Janelle, I'll ask you to watch for other questions that come in.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not asking because I like to tease you, but seriously, my vision is not quite what it
Okay.
normally would be.
Okay.
So Diane had asked, and Diane, thanks for your patience because I think she'd asked this, hoping we were going to do this last
Um,
Wednesday night, but we had to cancel. um, she asked for tips and tricks when going to Disney. Super huge question because there's a lot of different things that we
hi,
could
Chantel.
provide. Hey Chantel, I'm going to start first
Okay.
with this, and this is going to sound totally self-serving, and to some extent it is, but find a travel agent. Um, and I'm not just saying me. Of course, I'd love to work with you, but find a travel agent that you know, that you trust. If you find one, ask questions, get to know them. Um, you may or may not know this, but if you were to go to Disney's website right now and quote a trip, dates, resort, number of adults, number of kids, number of days, park tickets, park hopper, whatever, and I went and did the same thing, we would get the same price. A lot of people would say, well, as a travel agent, shouldn't you be able to get me a better deal? The reality is, when you book, you're paying for the services of a travel agent. You're just not getting those services when you book directly with Disney. When you book with a travel agent, most will say to you, we are free of charge. That's because Disney already has the commission baked into the price when you book with them. So if you book with an agent, that commission that Disney has baked in comes to me. So you're not paying any additional, but you're getting the services of a travel agent. Make sure you communicate with your travel agent so they understand what you want out of their services, because I've had clients that are type A personalities. They love to control everything. And I said, well, here's the things I have to do as your agent. The other things I can do if you want, or you can do. I've got other clients that are like, here it is, boom, you do it all. And so it's important to communicate, get to know them, be comfortable with them, um, find out what they will do and won't do. Some agents will do certain things, others won't. Others will do them, but they'll charge you additional fees for their services. So it's important that you know those things. Um, your time is money, right? So utilizing a travel agent, you book a trip for next November, and right now there are no promotions available. If you book it yourself, you have to watch for promotions that come out, and then you have to call Disney to have them apply that promotion and save you the money. If you utilize a travel agent, we're watching that for you. We learn of the promotions as soon as they come out, and I'm like Johnny on the spot, reaching out to client A, B, and C and saying, "Hey, great news! I just saved you $800." When we did our Dream Stream in September, one of the guests that went there, I had the privilege to tell them I just saved you. I think I saved them $1,200 because of promotions that came out after they'd already booked with me. You save time using an agent for them to book dining for you. Any of the extras, if you want to have your daughter do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, or you want to do a dinner cruise or whatever, the fireworks dining, the dessert parties, all of that stuff. So your time is money. So that would be my number one tip
Yeah.
is to take advantage of travel agents that have the inside scoop on things, that have done this for people. Beyond that, get comfortable with the My Disney Experience app. You're going to need to utilize it during your trip, and if you're comfortable with it and
Yeah.
maneuvering, it alleviates some of the anxiety and stress if you can't find things because you didn't look at it. Um, get used to it, play with it. If you're working with a travel agent, ask them for help. They'll help you with that. Um, Again, whether you work with an agent or not, list what your must do's are, whether it's rides, shows, attractions, things outside of the parks, any of your must sees, understand what your budget is, the length of your stay. Again, working with an agent, they can really work to help maximize what you get out of your trip, so that you can get the most out of what it is that you want to do. Set realistic expectations. You will not see and do everything. I've been there dozens and dozens of times, and there are countless things I've still not gotten to see or do. If you go out there thinking you're going to do it all, you will leave disappointed. Know what's going on when you're going to be there. The different festivals at Epcot that you may, run into, which can be advantageous because you'll see things you might not expect. You might also hit larger crowds because of them. Know if there's ticketed events. I cannot tell you, and Janelle can speak to this too, how many people are there in August, September, October, or November, December, and are just caught off guard by the fact that the Magic Kingdom closes at 6 p.m. because there's a Halloween party or a Christmas party, and they didn't know, and they're disappointed or upset because they're not getting a full park day, or they didn't know and that event is sold out and they can't get tickets for it. Know if it's a marathon weekend and there'll be crowds for that and what that means to traffic and things like that. If there's a cheer or dance event at ESPN Wild World of Sports, those sorts of things can really impact the experience of your trip. And then some of just odd things that I scribbled down here. Know that you can get free ice water at all of the quick service places at any of the four parks. Whether it's July and it's hot as blazes, or it's January, you're still going to dehydrate at different levels, but take advantage of the free ice water. If you need it, there's first aid stations at each one of the parks that will be very advantageous for you. You walk miles and miles and miles, you're going to get blisters. They'll help you out. Know the different modes of transportation that are available, from the resorts to the parks, whether it's bus, boats, Skyliner, monorail, so you can get used to that sort of thing. If you're looking for cost savings things when it comes to food, the quick service restaurants, first, you can order a meal and share it with somebody. Janelle and I could order an adult meal and share it. You can order off the kids' menus and save money there if you're not a big eater. So there's options there that you can do. That was all my scribbles. So Janelle, I'll let you add whatever thoughts you have on tips and tricks, and
Wow,
I'll
you
take a
haven't
breath
talked
in.
for a while, huh?
I'm spent.
Whew, okay. Hi, unicorns. Hello. Brave's passing out chicken. If anybody wants some, say hello to Brave, everybody.
I thought you were going to
Um,
say Braves passing out. I'm like, come on, they didn't
no,
talk that.
no, no, no. Add 'em up. Hello. Um,
Hey, Adam, up. Welcome.
Cindy. Hello. Um, so I feel like my tips that come off right at the top of my head because I didn't know what the question um was again comfortable shoes. I'm not sure. I don't think
Mm.
Mike mentioned the comfortable shoes. And then again, depending on the month that you're going, cooling towels, fans, and sunscreen hats and that. But Hapex, um take
So,
advantage of like the shows for if it's super hot out, and take breaks during the day, and whether it's in the resort or going and sitting in a quick service restaurant for an hour or so, take a break, rest your body, rest your feet, and take care of yourself because you don't want to end up sick. You don't want to end up with any kind of emergency services going on, and this vacation that you've spent thousands of dollars to, you know, get to, you is ruined because, you're having to do other things.
To add to that, Janelle said wear comfortable shoes. I always recommend bringing at least two or
Yeah,
three different shoes. And when I say different, like I'm a tennis shoe guy. I don't do flip flops or Crocs or anything, but bring two or three different types of tennis shoes. If you only bring Nikes, for instance, and I'm not picking on Nike, they're going to rub in the same spot. But if you bring a Nike and a Hoka and an Adidas, they may all rub in different spots. So you give a certain spot of your foot a break each day. Not to mention the fact that it's going to rain, or you're going to ride Tiana's, or you're going to ride Kali River Rapids, and your feet are going to get wet. To have dry shoes at the hotel is a really good idea. The other thing, and I can't believe I didn't say this to write it down, start walking well
yeah,
ahead of your trip. When I was there in September, we were there for 8 days. I walked 84 and a half miles in those 8 days, which is 10 and a half miles per day, roughly. We
hi,
were
Mr. Joe.
walking 3, 4, 5, 6 miles a day here for weeks before we got down there. That will help. Um, Kevin, you asked if this is a thanks. You love my shirt. Is this a Ron shirt? No, my wife made this shirt for me for our trip back in September. But yeah, thank you for that.
Mrs. DeBop says change your shoes throughout the day. Yeah. Or
Yep.
bring socks.
Yes.
I like to alternate between like flip flops or sandals and tennis shoes. I would say if it's going to be raining or something, like you might not want sandals, but then again, if your tennis shoes get wet, you need something. You don't have wet shoes the next day, all the
Yeah.
things.
Or at least like Janelle said, bring an extra pair of socks
Yeah,
and bring like gallon size Ziploc bags with you in the park, so that way if I take my wet socks off, I'm not just sticking them in the bag and getting everything else wet. Put them in a Ziploc bag.
right.
Um, Kevin, so she does make shirts, but this is copyrighted. So she can't just sell these things without getting in trouble with Disney, and she's not willing to risk, the rest of her business for that. And I respect her for that. That's her thing, not my thing. But anyway, yes, wet shoes are the worst. Adam, you're exactly right.
You
Um,
know,
yeah, I wish I could wear flip flops, Jules. I've just never been a flip flop kind of guy. Bex, I saw that you said you're getting snow. I'm kind of a
that's
little
crazy,
jealous.
Bex.
I'm a little jealous, actually.
Mr. Joe, that's an awesome deal. And I mean, I love this time of year where um great gift card deals, especially for shopping.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute. It's a great way to save some money. Um, be careful though. I've seen countless stories of people that they they bought, I'll say $3,000 worth of gift cards to pay for their trip, and they bought $3,000, but let's say they paid 2,500 because of deals like this. Something happened and they could not take the trip.
Hey, Megan.
They don't refund you that money. So you still have $3,000 in Disney gift cards. If you book the trip and then have to cancel it, they put that money back on the gift card. So if you're financially strapped, that money is locked up on those gift cards, and you just have to sit on them until you can use them. So I always try to tell people, do it in moderation. Maybe don't do the entire trip on a gift card, so that if you have to cancel it, all you have is spending money on your Disney gift cards, so that someday you can utilize it that way. Just something to keep in mind. I Look, if you've ever listened to us before and we get in a conversation about annual passes, they can be great if you're going to take a number of trips. But I always look at it as you have to go into it with the idea that I'm willing to give that money away. And I use myself as the example. If I'd have bought an annual pass in January, I had a heart attack in February. There's no way I could have
Hi,
gone to
Jelly.
Disney enough this year to have gotten my annual pass holder investment back. So, same thing with the gift cards. If you buy $3,000 in gift cards for a trip and spend $2,500, if you can take the trip, that's great. And you've saved $500. But if something happens and you would have to cancel, you're going to have $3,000 in gift cards waiting to use.
Okay.
Yeah, Brave. That's another thing too. If you got all that money in gift card, you feel stuck. You have to spend it,
Um,
and you
hot
do get the
dog wants
discount on that. Yeah.
hot dog wants to know, would you suggest a 2-day park hopper or a 3-day park hopper? Based off of being there in August and B based off the price.
Um, so without me opening up my laptop, hot dog, to see what the price would be, I don't know the price difference, but I guess I would say this. And part of my answer, again, I don't know if you're within driving distance or if you're catching a flight. For me, I got to, well, I don't have to, but it's a 21-hour drive from Nebraska. So we fly. So I always feel like if I'm going to spend that money, $400 on a ticket to fly down there, times however many of us are going, I want to get as many park days out of that trip as possible. So I would always say the 3 day is better than the 2 day if you have the time and the extra money to spend. You will not get everything done in Disney. We've talked about that, but you're going to get more done out of 3 days than two. And I would look at it as if you go with 3 days, but you say, all right, day one, I'm going to do these two parks. Day two, I'm going to do these two parks. I now have a bonus day to cover anything that I either want to do again or I didn't get to do. So that would be my answer. And Megan, hi, I'm sorry to say.
Hot dog has been here before, so
Yeah, so hot dog, you're flying down from New York City, I assume. So again, you're probably getting cheaper airfare than I am. That's probably for sure coming out of New York City than Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, we are that big metropolis in the Midwest, but um, you're still spending a decent amount of money flying down. So I would maximize and do 3 days if you could swing it. Well, look, we've gone and done like 4 days where we do each park one day and come home. We've been there like in September. We were there all week long. I've never come home after a 4 day visit and said that was the perfect length of time. We did all the things we wanted to do. No, it's like, man, I wish we'd have stayed a fifth day or a sixth day. When we do a full week, we're about ready to come home after 7 days.
all right. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah. And I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add to hot
No,
dog.
no. I
So
mean, I
is
could just say hot dog, come for 3 days. That's it.
yes, absolutely. Cat was it Caddy Bat asked a question early on.
Hmm.
Hopefully Caddy Bat's still with us. I scribbled the question down.
Okay.
The question was the extended hours. Do they ever go away? And they were planning a trip in 2026. So there's two different general extended hour events. One is the extended hours that are afforded to deluxe resort guests only. It's no additional charge. Right now, I think it's Mondays is Epcot, Wednesdays is Magic Kingdom, and it's an extra
Yep.
2 hours. When Disney came out of COVID, so it's been 4 years now, it used to be everybody got extended hours either in the morning or in the evening at one of the parks throughout the week. Now it's deluxe resort guests only. Okay, yeah, that's what you mean. So the deluxe resort guest only extended hours on Mondays and Wednesdays has been there for 4 years. I
Yeah.
don't see it going away. I think Disney continues to try to add more value to deluxe resort guests to motivate people to upgrade to the deluxe resort guests. That is certainly one advantage. So I don't see it going away at all. And I know that's still a year and a half away for you in 2026, but I Caddy Bat, I cannot see that going away. The other is the ticketed event that is available to anybody, but again, it's in limited stature. They did, I'm sure if I dug through my pile of notes from previous conversations, they did release that they're going to do those at Magic Kingdom, at Hollywood, and at Epcot
Yep.
throughout different portions of 2025. Yep, that's right, Dave. Add them up. I agree with three. I think you must mean the 3 day park hopper with hot dog. I mean, look, anybody that goes by the name hot dog should be there for 3 days. That's a given. It's a given. Hey, Pops, how are you? Caddy Bat, I hope
Hi,
that helps.
Popsy. It is
Um,
good to see you, Pops. I hope you're doing well.
again, I think Disney will try to continue to do things to try to motivate guests to stay at the deluxe resorts. The latest one that they came out with was the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. It's available to deluxe guests only. Now that's an additional cost, but I did see. I think next Wednesday it's sold out. Now Is it sold out because they sold 10? Or is it sold out because they sold 100? That's something they'll never tell us. But it is limited quantity. I have no idea how many that is.
It is sold out.
Jules, does AK do the same as far as the extended evening hours for deluxe guests, the free offer for deluxe guests? That's Epcot on Mondays, Magic Kingdom on Wednesdays. The ticketed event, extended hours, Animal Kingdom
Karen,
does not offer that. They close. Hey, Karen, they close Animal Kingdom down 6, 7, 8 o'clock, depending on the time of year. And I think the reason they always give that is because it takes them several hours to get the animals in the safari put back into their um, areas for overnight stay, and they do health checks with the animals and things like that. So it takes them quite a bit of time to do that. I've always felt like um, Avatar, that area is far enough away from the animals that they could keep that portion of the park open over to the tree and then to the entrance. They could keep that open later. I mean, gosh, in the summertime, all of that, luminous in the concrete, what have you, is just it's lost because you don't get to see it.
right.
It's daylight when they close. So, Caddy Bat, I hope that helps. And if you're Disney won't open, so Disney will probably open up 2026 bookings late second quarter next year, April, May, June, somewhere in that time frame. Now this year they opened it up for January through October. They did not open up November, December of 2025 until like a month ago, roughly. And there are some promotions that go through the first half of 2025. Right now, there are no promotions announced yet for the second half of 2025. That's usual for Disney. And so you won't see any kind of 2026 promotions for quite a while. Yeah, Diane, you're right. The Pandora at night. I
Yeah.
mean, unless you take a Disney trip now during, when we're
Yep.
in the daylight standard time, not daylight standard time, um, you're not going to see the lighting at Pandora. It's a shame.
But even, I mean, we still need the light to go a little bit more because the
Yeah.
park closes at 6. And so, the sun's going down around, 5:30
Yeah.
ish. So it's
Now,
still really hard.
yeah, and now I know it's not necessarily the most appealing thing you can do, but know that at the park closes at 6. Whatever the wait time for Flight of Passage is at 6
Yeah,
p.m., all of those people are going to ride, which means that area will stay available to anybody. So if the wait is 45 minutes, you conceivably could hang out in Pandora till 6:45.
true, true.
So that's an option. Yes, Megan, absolutely.
Yeah.
That Pandora area is amazing. Plus I don't know if they'll still be doing the projection in January on the tree or not.
I don't know. Yeah, the awakening.
Yeah,
I don't
I would
know.
think they
Yeah,
would.
is it only for Christmas or let me see.
Something else, while we're talking about Animal Kingdom and the tree itself, we know what they're closing down in Dino Land on January 13th. We don't know when the dinosaur ride will close down. They've not made an announcement as to when Tough to Be a Bugs is going to end
Mm-mm.
so they can convert that over. And they're supposed to be doing a
Hi, the
Zootopia
babies.
projection on the tree as well.
Right. Hi, Thistle Tiffany. Babies, I hope you're
Babies
doing well.
doing well.
You stayed until
Yeah.
7. You saw, okay.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's again, if you have the time to do it, it's a nice trick to say whatever the wait time is for Flight of Passage, you have that length of time after park close to stick around. No, Project Loop, the Dino Land area itself has not been closed yet. January
Mm-mm.
12th is the last day for Triceratops Spin, Hester and Chester's, and the Carnival
The
Games.
games. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of those things will close on January 13th. The dinosaur ride itself has not announced a closing date, so it will continue to operate for at least some period of time.
You had the dining podcast. Went with your favorite restaurant on Disney property for one of your, oh my goodness. Well, I hope you love it. Steakhouse 71, is that what I said? Hopefully that's probably what I said.
So uh, that was. Did we just release that?
I don't know, Megan. So that's my plan. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know what.
October 28th.
Um, I'm actually not going to be here. I'll be in Paris. It's late, so I'm gonna
Oh,
have to go. I'm gonna have to go before I leave. Oh, I said boathouse. Okay, boathouse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll love VB's. It's always a tie between steakhouse and boathouse. So
and
you'll love it.
I'll tell you, the reason why I asked. So I think that was released on the 28th of October. Janelle and I record some of these things
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 weeks before they release. So
Hi, Kathy.
I can guess at what restaurants I said. I'm not even sure that I know. Hey Brandon,
Hi,
how are you?
Brandon.
Hey Kathy. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think any true Triceratops spin fan would cancel Paris for that ride.
Wow.
Totally kidding. You know that.
I know.
Mm. So,
Can I stream in Paris? Yes. Yes, I can.
but just keep in mind it'll be like 3 in the morning here when she's over there in the middle of the day, right? It's like a 6 hour. Are they 6 hours?
It is. Yeah.
Or maybe even more than that because they're further east than the UK, aren't they?
It was 6 hours. With the time change, does that make it 7 or does it make it 5? I think it makes it 7.
Look, I'm on drugs. Don't make me do math.
Okay. Mike, I think you should go stream. Yes, I think so too. It's just six
Um,
hours. Thank you, Jules.
yeah. So when it's noon over there, it's 6 a.m. on the East Coast, 5 a.m. here, and later earlier if you're west of Midwest.
So
Um, but see, Amber, I'm not the Triceratops spin loving person that Janelle is.
I love it. But it's like Dumbo and all that. But I mean, the music's great.
My
So they do time
actually,
change.
he's probably not on the stream right now to hear me say this, so hopefully he'll listen to the recording. I don't want to ride Triceratops spin again, so that I will always have the memory of sitting next to Brad riding Triceratops spin the last time I rode it. It will be a special
Someone
memory for the rest of my life.
someone posted that picture in the Stream Junkies. It ends on
Really?
your birthday. Like the sorry, me, you, Brad, Lori, and who else was there? There was four of us.
I
I
think
guess
only
that's the
four of us
four of
rode the
us.
ride. The
Yeah,
others
that's
went. The
that's
others
the
went to
four
go
of us.
see. They went to go see the characters right over there by them.
I guess I have not taken any drugs tonight, and I still couldn't even figure out that was four. I just counted four people.
Maybe you were thinking five with the dinosaur.
Maybe, maybe.
See, Project Loop. I'm just that kind of a person. I'm just kind and sweet like that.
Yeah. Hmm. Your family is in Sweden, and a 7 hour difference is still possible. 3 p.m. calls from Sweden. Okay. How do we get Disney to move Chick Monkosaurus meet and I know that would be amazing.
Yeah, but I'm sure Chip and Dale aren't going to just disappear. I'm sure they'll come up with other
Yeah.
meet and greet opportunities. I mean, some of y'all aren't old enough to remember before Pandora. That was a character meet and greet area, and you could see Chip and Dale, and you could see Mickey Mouse, and you could see Minnie Mouse, and you could see Goofy or Pluto back there. Um, that's long, long gone, but there's still, you can still see the characters elsewhere.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know if Cece joined us.
I don't
So
know, but
if she
we
did,
can.
Cece, give us a thumbs up. She asked, "How do you talk to the intimidating characters
Oh
like
yeah.
Kylo Ren or the Stormtroopers if you're shy?" So here's what I scribbled down. Um, First off, do what is comfortable to you. Don't
Yeah.
try to, if you're already shy and nervous about it, don't try to be something you're not because you'll probably add to your anxiety. Um, understand there are plenty of shy guests or guests who just want to get a picture taken with Kylo Ren and probably say little to nothing to Kylo Ren. It's not unnormal. Um, if you do want to try to strike up a conversation, maybe learn a little bit about their character before you go and then engage with them. I mean, you could play along, tell them that you're a rebel spy or tell them that you want to be a part of the First Order or that you're a huge fan of Darth Vader or something like that and see the action interaction. I mean, Kylo Ren is not going to put a smile on his face because you say that you're with the First Order. There might be some fun interactive interaction there, but those are just some different things I thought of. Janelle, you do this stuff all the time, so I'll let you jump.
Um, I go in there very naive, and I just wing it. I mean, I so like you said, I know some of the things. I've been there so often to know Chip and Dale, they always cause trouble, right? Like, I'm always like, be good, stuff like that. Or Cinderella and her shoes. I mean, we know she lost her slippers. So I think characters are excellent at engaging with you and not expecting you to say a word. And they could carry on a whole conversation and you don't need to say anything. They're happy to just be talking, and it's okay. So yeah, you can ask them about egg salad. You can do anything. But yeah, I get nervous still too. I don't even know who I met last week, and I was like, why was I was nervous. I was like kind of stuttering, and so I don't know. I don't know. Just go up there and have fun, and that's what's like most important.
Absolutely. And y'all know I'm as shy as they come when it comes to
Yeah,
personality.
yeah.
Um, but man, I can tell you, I remember. I think the first time we saw Darth Vader, it was intimidating, man. And it wouldn't have mattered what you could have said or would have said. It's intimidating, and that's supposed to be, their persona, right? I
Right.
mean,
At 100%.
you
They're
never
super
saw
tall.
right.
There's
You
Yeah,
go watch all of Star Wars. You don't ever see Darth Vader put his arm around a stormtrooper and say, "Hey, it'll be all right, buddy. I know that your blaster missed that Jedi, but you'll get him next time." It doesn't happen. Yeah, brave. I am very shy. I'm struggling to come out of my shell. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Janelle Cece's down there pretty soon.
okay. Um, you Okay, do we have anything else?
Karen wants to know if we know anything about the
I
70th
think in July,
of
well, it's
Disneyland.
definitely in July, but I don't know that we've has let me look.
It feels like it's too soon for them to announce details on that sort of thing. If it's still 7 months out, 8 months out, right?
DeBops. I just want to say, DeBops, can you have Mrs. DeBops um message me about like the dates and everything? Because I haven't
Hey,
put it all out into the world.
hey, lucky dog.
Hi, Lucky Dog. Hi, Dan
Great seeing you not at Disney.
at
What?
Disney. Okay. Disneyland. India. What we
Hey,
know.
hey, Eric. Maybe by March, Karen, you might get details.
Hi, Eric.
That's certainly possible.
Yeah, so we know it, so it's definitely in July, and would they start it early? You know, maybe. Jules, how long are the nights on? 7. It is 7. 7 nights to the Western Caribbean. I've already looked it all up. The drone show, everything last night, the christening, I don't think that I've ever watched that before. And so yeah, I was already out there.
Well,
Um,
now they can send those drones back down to Disney Springs and fire up a new show.
yes, yes. So the only thing that's like from Disney, Karen, is at D23 that they just announced that Disneyland was celebrating in 2025. I believe the actual date is like July 17th. Um, so other than that, I'm sure once we get past Christmas and everything, we'll have more to come.
Yep. Diane, here is what I can help with. I can do Disney World, I can do Disneyland, I can do Disneyland Paris, I can do Disney Cruises, I can do Alani. Um, while it's Tokyo Disney, it's not operated by Disney, so we cannot book Tokyo. That you have to do Tokyo, Hong Kong. You have to do those direct.
Any other questions?
There were no other questions sent in.
Okay.
I mentioned our Dream Stream a couple months ago. We're doing it again next year. The dates are November 13th through the 15th. Our base resort will be All Star Movies this time around. Um, you look, thank you, Brave. I appreciate that. You might be on drugs too, Brave, if you're thinking that. So 13th through 15th, All Star Movies. I think our Dream Stream night on the 13th, while we get together at All Star Movies, we will maybe all head over to Disney Springs for the Christmas tree stroll together. That Friday night will more than likely be a Mickey Very Merry Christmas Party night for those that want to do that. We'll have more details when we roll into the first part of January, and we'll get the registration out and about for that. So Diane, we could so Disneyland is different than Disney World in the sense that right now I can book all of 2025 for Disney World. Disneyland opens up in parcels, so I don't think they've opened up fall next year yet. But once they do open that up, booking the trip is one thing. Getting the tickets for Oogie Boogie that opens up. I want to say in May is when they open up tickets for the Oogie Boogie Bash out there. So it would be kind of a two-part thing, if you will. I mean, even if you wanted to do all at the same time, getting the Oogie Boogie tickets is one path that we would do. Booking the trip is a separate path that we would do. Yeah,
Um,
Project Loop. We did Dreamstream this year for the first time in September. It was this crazy idea that one of us had, and the other one was kind enough to go along with it. I'm sure you can figure out who the crazy one is here. Um, and so we did that, hosted it in September. Janelle was part of it. Our friends, John and Missy from Wandering Fam, were part of it. And our friends, Madeline and Elias, were also a part of it. There were probably, I don't know, 30 of us or so that attended. So it was a good opportunity to get to meet some of the streamers like Janelle face to face, meet some of the mods, some of the other subscribers or channel members, get to know each other kind of on a personal level. We interact with each other on the lives all the time and chat. So it was a lot of fun. Got to experience things at Disney together. I mentioned about riding Triceratops spin with Brad. Um, and I mean, just fun memories that we can all take away and have. We've got pictures together from the experience. Um, so we all agreed that it was a lot of fun and wanted to do it again. We had, I know Janelle had some of her followers, subscribers, channel members, whatever you want to call them, that couldn't make it this year and was asking if we were going to do it again next year so they could plan to join us next year. So that's what we're going to do. Some of us hit the parks hard all day that Friday, all day that Saturday. Some of us took, their time, part of the park day. I think a couple did wine tasting experiences. So I mean, we set aside some time for all of us to get together, but it's your time, your money, your experience down there, and we want you to get out of it what you want to get out of it.
um, a couple things. Dave, 6527 Dave. I don't have a stream set up. I don't know. I'll know tomorrow. There's nothing in the morning. And I said that on the evening or the second part of the stream. Um, I've been invited to go to the Moonlight Magic tomorrow in Animal Kingdom, and I haven't ever been before, and I'm going with my son. And as much as I think that he would not mind me streaming, I haven't decided, and I'm not able to go in the morning and stream because he has an appointment that I have to go with him to midday. So Thursday nights are normally my evening stream, and I haven't decided. So it would
Sounds.
be probably a lot of me saying how cold it is. I don't know if y'all want that, but if the opportunity arises and I see that it's just going to all work out, it's just all going to have to work out for me. So I apologize for that I don't know right now, but I do plan on doing a stream early morning Friday to kind of make up for what I haven't um for whatever. And if I do not stream tomorrow, I'll probably do a little vlog. Chase is pretty good. It goes so Cynthia, somebody that's what they said. Like it goes by so quickly. So um nighttime triceratops spins debops, yes. 100%. We're just gonna see how many times we can ride it. But again, I've not ever been, and I was it was very kind, for somebody to reach out and say, "We have a couple extra tickets, bring whoever you'd like." And my son does not have an annual pass, so I don't get to go with him a lot, and so we're both very excited.
That's
Hi,
awesome.
Christina G.
Yep.
Um,
Hi, April. Saw you come in a little bit ago.
and
So
I'm gonna say to Dan the man, I'm gonna say Mike doesn't know why Tokyo is not directly controlled by Disney, unless I'm sure it's something that can be Googled, but pick characters, rides, or the free snacks as you can't do it all. Okay. Hi, VH Gilmore. So, VH Gilmore, if you weren't part of the stream on Monday, was Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse's birthday. And it's the one time of the year that you can see this very rare hidden Mickey. And it was a lot of fun. I always said the experience of waiting in a line is about the experience and the people that you get to hang out with and chat and get to know. And I walk around the corner and VH Gilmore's there. Like I'm like, what are you doing here? And just like he showed up for this hidden Mickey. And I know I was there for an hour and 45 minutes waiting, staring at the wall. And if you go back, hi Fulvio,
hey,
if you
Volvio.
if you
Have a good
go
night.
back and you watch the stream, you get to stare at the barnacles with us. And I don't know, it's about 4 whole seconds that it was like that the sun wasn't there. So
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily plan a vacation just to be there for that
no, no,
experience.
no, no. Hi
I mean, if
Monica.
it, you would be better off planning a trip to Disneyland because they actually celebrate Mickey's birthday a little bit there.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey,
But it
Monica.
was a lot of fun. I'm glad again I had the experience. I'm glad I had the experience with the people that I had it with. And very surprised. So Diane, I know, hey John.
Hey,
Look
John.
at John's over here answering the questions. Thank you, John. Um, I know somebody said that to me. Like if we've watched other things for long periods of time, an hour and 45 minutes was nothing. So the Mickey eclipse was cool. It was, and I would do it again next year, all over again.
Yeah. Janelle and I talked about this, I think, at some point Monday afternoon, maybe. Um, it would be interesting to know how the Imagineers came up with the idea,
Yeah.
first off, and then how they decided to do it in the Little Mermaid ride, of all things, as opposed to other places that they could have done it. We talked about why they don't celebrate Mickey's birthday there, um, other than that one little rare thing. And I think what I told Janelle was part of me thinks part of the reason why they don't do a big celebration is because his birthday could fall on a Christmas party night, and that changes the dynamics of the schedule of the day. Um, but they could certainly do a 5 or 10 or 15 minute stage show thing. I
Yeah.
mean, how I think I said this. How cool would it be if Neil or Grayson or Jeremy, whichever day of the week it is, got up on stage and there was a piano and they played "Happy Birthday" to Mickey and Minnie and had them out on stage? That'd be pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
something they could absolutely do. Brave, you're right. That was the other thing. They might want to keep it more special in Disneyland because he's was born in California, so to speak. Him and Minnie.
So VH Gilmore says the good news is the sun will return to that exact spot again in January, and he's trying to have it narrowed down. But that we're not telling everybody.
Right.
We will be there for that.
Yeah, and let's just hope that the sun returns, but not the clouds.
Yes, yes, yeah. Hi,
Whoops.
Mustang Rob. 2 weeks from today. That is awesome.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Um,
Peanut pup, hey there.
um,
Hey Wolf.
Hi, Tina. Lashonda, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Um, so I wanted to say on my notes, okay, so this is I've scribbled.
That's an extensive amount of notes for Janelle.
No, it's it's more it's like stars, and
Okay.
I was giving gold
Yeah.
stars while you were talking. You had really good points. All right, anyways, Remy, big news, single rider over in Epcot. And then we talked about Soren and the new scene. So um oh yeah, and we have again the sun shining.
This is why I don't show up for these with blank paper because I don't know what we talked about. Hey, Brave mentioned it, but maybe one of the mods could post our new YouTube
Yes.
channel. If
Yeah.
one of you guys could post that, in January, we're gonna start to do these on a Park Life YouTube channel and kind of divorce from Disney Parks of Love, so Janelle can do her normal stuff on
Yeah.
that on that channel, and we'll do these and do our podcast on the Park Life channel. So if one of you guys, yeah, thanks, Wolf, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Look
Sean.
at John.
There you go. If you
High
waited for me
school
to do it, it'd
parks.
be a hell of a long time.
Okay, so Kate wants to know everyone's favorite character meal.
Oh,
I mean, I can answer for Mike.
she thinks she can answer for me.
It's
Now,
Tusker House.
Husker House would be my number one, absolutely for sure. A close second would be Ohana's. And I think, to me, part of the reason why Tusker House sets itself apart is A, it's inside the park. So once you're done, you can hit attractions and rides. It's a buffet. You get up, grab whatever you want. Um, Ohana's pretty cool because you get Lilo and Stitch, which you don't get anywhere else. And the food is really good too. But Tusker House, absolutely for me, is my number one. Now, Wolf, so she said character.
Yeah.
So don't be teasing me with Tepanito because I'm there, no doubt about it. But character wise, Tusker House, Crystal Palace, Project Loop is a really good one. That
Yep.
one, it's all about the Mickey Churro waffles, right, for breakfast.
Yes. They're
Okay,
on
so
my
Janelle, what's
time
your
hop
favorite?
today.
What's your
So
favorite, Jen?
so Mike introduced me to Tusker House. I went to Tusker House years ago, but he's reintroduced me to it. And it's a tough one because those churro waffles are at Crystal Palace. But overall, character wise, I'm gonna pick Tusker House. Just it's a great atmosphere. I know a lot of people, want to be in certain parks. And I mean, maybe we could go around and find like per park, but I mean, I've really only been in Animal Kingdom. I'm in a Garden Grill, which I think breakfast is better than the lunch. But Tusker, and I mean, I've only ever been for the breakfast, so but I love
And
Crystal
I think,
Palace, you have to love Pooh Bear too. I think, if you're okay with that
yeah.
and that you're
So
not gonna see Mickey.
we've talked about this. I think the majority of restaurants, breakfast seems to be better than
Yeah.
lunch or dinner. And we've talked about this too. When you're making that selection for character dining, part of it is the food that they serve. If it's buffet, if it's family style, if it's just straight order, and what kind of food it is. Part of it is the characters, right? I mean, if you
Yeah.
are a diehard I love Winnie the Pooh fan, you want to do Crystal Palace.
No.
Yeah, Wolf, you're not going to get a great
Um,
Pooh Bear hug if you go to Tusker House.
but
It's not going to happen.
Piglet and Eeyore, like I don't know. We had a jumping contest with Tigger. It was just such a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, there's a number of different things that go into it, but for me, I love. I mean, again, the food at Tusker House is really good. The Pog juice, you can't go wrong with that. We try to get the earliest breakfast we can get there. This past year, when we were there in September, since we were resort guests, we got in 30 minutes early. We went and rode Flight of Passage at 7:30, and then we were over at Tusker House for our 8:15 dining breakfast. And got done with that, and we would have ridden the safari ride before the ride got long, but I think they had mechanical problems or something, and they shoot us out of the line after a little bit.
Mm. Well, Tina, thank you for the kind comments on my shirt. You can get this wonderful Spill the T-shirt on my website. Thank you, Tina.
And four parks.
DisneyParksWithLove.com.
Yep,
At Four Parks, that would be
agree.
amazing if they did.
I absolutely agree. And I can't tell you how many people I've seen that have booked, went, and then they were disappointed because there were no characters. And that's again part of my earlier talk about using a travel agent is to find those things out ahead of time and not after the fact and be disappointed. That's a great question though on the dining on
Yeah.
character meals. I like those kind of questions. Those are fun. Yep, there's the Park Life channel. In
Thank
January, we're
you.
going to start to do
Yes,
the lives here on that new channel, and
on
we're going
that
to start to
channel.
post. We're going to post our recorded podcast, and in January, Janelle is going to make me work harder, and we're going to do every Monday in 2025.
I am not making Mike work harder. He was like, let's do this.
We thought that if we started doing weekly, we
It
would
would, yeah, pick up a
grow
little. Yeah.
our viewerships. Yep. Um, yeah, Kate. Yeah, if you're approaching 60 days, you want to know, and I would tell you, um, if you know which, like if your first day there, you're going to be in Magic Kingdom, for instance. Have a couple of different restaurants in mind for each of your days so that
Yeah.
if you have my number one choice, if it's booked, then you have your number two to fall back on.
But and let me say this, Kate, and I see your question, Tina. So we'll get to it. I wanted to go to Liberty Tree Tavern next Wednesday. When I started looking 3 weeks ago, booked, booked. I've looked and I've looked and I've looked, and you can go on Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday booked. And I went and looked yesterday, reservations. So if you do not get what you want, don't be upset. Like Mike, have your backups, but then keep checking. And I mean, I forget to check, but I just happened to check, and there was something there,
Yeah.
and multiple, not just I didn't have to choose 11 o'clock at night. Like it was a normal time. So keep keep checking. Um,
Yeah. And real quick while I'm thinking of it, so as Kate mentioned, her 60 days is coming up. Your dining windows at 6 a.m. Eastern on 60 days. If you want to do like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, for instance, any of the extras, that window opens at midnight, 60 days out. So Look, that's another reason why you want to use a travel agent, right? So that you're not up at midnight booking the extras and then getting up 6 hours later to book your dining. Make us do that for you. But know that if you want to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, if you wait till 6 a.m. that next morning, they might be sold out. So it's important to know those differences too.
Yeah,
All right.
Diane, stalking is encouraged with Disney. Yes.
So 4 parks. I see your question on Jollywood and Mickey's Very Merry. We'll hit that in a second. But Wolf had a question for you, Janelle. If you could meet any rare character, who would it be?
Can you answer it?
I wanted you to give your answer first.
I know, but can you answer what mine would be?
No, I can answer what mine would be.
Ah,
Yours
okay.
would probably be Dumbo.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And mine, I've already met mine.
Yeah, water skiing Goofy.
No, Janelle.
It's water skiing Goofy.
Yeah, well, met him, right? I mean, he was out in the water.
He
But
was out in the water, but
so yes, my very first time to Disney, I was 6 years old. To give you an illustration of how long ago that was, Magic Kingdom was the only park there. We were on the paddle boat, the ferry boat coming across from the parking lot. Look over to my left, and there's a speedboat with a rope, and I follow that rope back, and there's Goofy water skiing on Seven Seas Lagoon. And that, I mean, look, you'll have a lifetime of memories whether you go to Disney once or you go there 100 times, and you could try to say which one is the greatest memory ever. We had this conversation before, and Janelle thought she knew what mine was, and what she said is like, "Oh my God, yeah, that should be my number one." But I mean, Disney Goofy water skiing, that can't beat. You can't beat that. So that will always be mine. But yeah, she's my favorite rare character that I got to meet.
so I that like ding ding ding. I had a little light bulb moment. And I know Mike and I have done a podcast on like the festival of the holidays, and I don't think it came out. Did it come out? No.
No, it will release on November 25th.
Okay. Um, and today when I went into Animal Kingdom, they handed me a little pamphlet, and it was for the Christmas stuff. And in there, it says Santa Claus is in the park from now until the 24th. And Santa Goofy is there from the 25th through the 31st. And I thought that was so cool that Santa Goofy is going to be there.
And that makes me flash back to when Osborne Family Lights were at Hollywood Studios. They had Santa Goofy there too back then.
Jeffrey, I hope
Um,
you had an amazing day.
yeah, that's awesome. Day one tomorrow in Epcot. Have a great time. Thanks for listening in from the Yacht Club. Great place. Um,
Diane, so that was one of my meet and greets that I wanted to go to, and that was really long, and I didn't go to it.
See, gosh, Diane, you say that, and again, that's another one of my top five memories where I could probably have 300 top five memories. But when my youngest son Tanner was 3, maybe it was just Lori, I, and him, and we were there for the Halloween party, and it was raining. We were soaking wet, and we happened to be back in Fantasyland, back by the train station there, and out from behind the building walked Snow White and all seven dwarfs. It was them. It was their character handler, and it was us. That was it. We got pictures with them. It was amazing.
Hmm. Okay, so any tips and tricks for Jollywood and or Christmas party?
Why don't you hit Jollywood because you've been there?
Yeah, but I think it would be the same as far as, I mean, yes and no. I mean, obviously there's a parade over at Mickey's, but or at the Magic Kingdom, but um Jollywood has a lot of characters. Everybody that I've spoken to this year says it's very chill, very chill. I know the food is really good. I don't know about tips and tricks. I know when I went last year, I was able to see every show. I even went on a couple of rides. Um, I know the ride or the wait times for the characters can be a little bit longer. There's some really cool um rare characters. Hi Lori. But
Hey, Lori.
but it's very chill and it's very easy, to navigate through Hollywood. And I would just say have an amazing time. I mean, I
Yeah.
think Mickey's Very Merry. There's a little bit more to it, whether you want the cookies or you want the um, fireworks parade. Do you want to be on Main Street? All the things. There's a little bit more to it. And I would also say to the Jingle Bam, Jingle whatever the fireworks at Hollywood. They're only during Jollywood. Like,
Yep.
so if you want to see those, you have to you know, go there and so
Yep. Jingle bell, jingle bam.
bam.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Megan says she wants to meet Phineas and Ferb, which is one of those special character meet and
Yep.
greets you get for Jollywood, which I kind of giggle because there was a day and time where Phineas and Ferb was a normal character meet and
Yeah.
greet at Hollywood Studios. I don't even know if it was Hollywood Studios or if it was MGM at the time, but just some of the logistical differences though. For Jollywood, that party is from 7:30 to 12:30.
Yep.
And if you're only there for the party, you don't have a daytime admission to Hollywood. The gates open at 6 p.m. At Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas, that party goes 7 p.m. to midnight. You can actually get in at 4 p.m. if you only have a party ticket for that day. So you get a little extra time at the Magic Kingdom compared to Jollywood and Hollywood Studios. Now, I guess you could say, well, that partly because there's more to do at Magic Kingdom, right? There are a lot more rides and shows and things like that. Um, and like Janelle said, you've got the parade that's hosted twice at Mickey's Very
Yeah.
Merry, which is a must do. To me, it's a must do where I watch it both times. Um, the fireworks are, it's not Happily Ever After, it's a different fireworks show. It's not as long, it's a little bit shorter, but it's still pretty
Yeah.
spectacular. There are certain rides that have special overlays. Now you have Jingle Cruise all of the time during Christmas, whether you're there during the day or at the
Yeah.
party. They have at the cars. What the hell is that called?
The Speedway, the
Speedway. Thank
teacups,
you, Speedway.
and
They have that teacups, Space Mountain. I told you I'm on drugs tonight. Give me a break. They have some special stuff at the laugh floor as well during the party. Janelle
okay.
mentioned the free cookies. They have, I think, usually free hot cocoa or cider. That might
They
vary.
had eggnog and hot chocolate when I was there.
Man, I'm down for hot chocolate. Yeah, Four Parks, for some reason, I just can't get Speedway to come out of my mouth. It's like,
I agree. I think I agree, Amber. I feel
yeah, I know
like
it's not Cars Land yet,
my
John, but you're driving the cars in the Speedway.
Mike's like he just keeps going farther and farther to the side. But Megan asks, "What's the price difference?" And
Um,
Megan, when I was just looking at prices, and I was looking at a couple dates in the beginning of December, and if I were to pick two party tickets, like I know the Mickey's Very Merry was right at 200. Let's just say for the date that I was looking, and Jollywood was like 179. It was like for both was right under $400. So
Here it is. I've got it written down. So Jollywood,
hi
again,
David T.
the prices will range based on
The
when you go.
dates. Yeah.
Earlier you go, the better. But 159 to 179 for Jollywood. Mickey's Very Merry ranges from 169 all the way up to 219. So it can get pretty pricey for uh, Mickey's Very Merry. Now, if you're an annual pass holder, you get a discount on those. I think it's 10%, or maybe it's $30 off. Maybe 30 now that I think about it.
Uh,
Um,
how do we get you into a party today? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Are we going to a party? Hi, Remy.
Today, you
I'm
better get
good.
moving. You better get booking if it's today.
Um,
Oh,
so
hey,
yeah.
David T, how are you?
If you're saying if we go to is your car sales, it's your
Oh, yeah.
got it. It's
How
your
can we
car
get you into
sales and
party
selling
today?
voice. Yes. How do
Gotcha.
we get you into a party today?
Gotcha. That's funny. That's funny. Um, but and I know a lot of people say, "Gosh, that's a lot of money for a party ticket. Is it worth it?" Um, you could conceivably say, "Well, I'll reduce one of my park day ticket expenses and not go to park that day,
Yeah,
a la the way Janelle likes to do it, and then go to the party that evening." Um, and it's still a little bit more expensive for the party ticket versus just a regular day admission ticket, but
right.
there are things that you'll experience at the Christmas party that you don't get to experience on another normal day.
Yeah,
The fireworks. Now, the parade you can see after Nikki's Very Merry concludes on December 20th, the 21st through the 31st. Um, but I think it's well worth it. I think we would both tell you, if you have the chance and have the
yeah.
money, yeah, Project Loop, you're right. The lines are shorter. They sell a limited number of tickets. Typically, it's 30% of capacity. So
Be
to
done.
illustrate that, Magic Kingdom's capacity, if they allowed everybody in that the park can support, it's 100,000 people. So they're not allowing any more than 30,000 in for the party. So you can imagine your lines are one third the length. And since they do the parade twice, if you only watch the parade once, that other parade time, the ride lines are going to be shorter as well.
Yeah, yeah, John. I mean, we'll see. Um, Remy, I hope it works out for you. I mean, some people get lucky when the three of us are together. So hopefully it works out. But even if you see us individually, hopefully you get a photo with each one of us. So
David T is getting busy, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and prop reviewing a Macy's parade. Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's a given. You got to watch the parade.
Hi Tina.
I mean,
Hello, hello.
there are like two or three things you have to do on Thanksgiving. One is view the parade. The second, that's the most important, is make sure you have your stretchy pants on, and then be ready to eat all day long. Hey, Disney girl Dina.
All right. Well, are you ready to wrap up?
Sure. I don't even know what time it is.
Wrap. Let's put a bow on it.
It's time. I can hear.
I love the parade too, Lashonda. Love the parade.
Yep. So, which parade do you like better, Christmas one or the Halloween one?
For Macy's?
No, 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 no. I'm sorry.
Oh,
The Halloween party at Magic
I
Kingdom or
can't.
the Christmas party?
It's like asking me my favorite kids. Nope, not gonna do it. I love
Well,
certain aspects of each one. I don't know.
yeah. But if you could only watch one of them, which one do you think you'd pick?
Boo to you. Yeah.
I I think I've said this before. That to me, there is one thing that happens all year long at the Magic Kingdom
Hi,
that
Aaron.
to me is the most amazing, and that is the Headless Horseman. I mean, you have 30,000 people on that parade route, and you can hear a pin drop as he's going by, other than the
Yeah.
clip clop of his horse hooves. It's just, man, amazing. But the Christmas party, the toy soldiers, oh,
So I don't know. You know, of course, after I went to the Christmas party last week, I woke up in the morning and all those songs were stuck. Like they were just there. They're there.
look, it's like drinking Beverly after you eat a horrible pickle. If you want to get rid of that booty you song, just start singing "It's a Small World After All." Problem solved.
Yeah, Lashonda, they both. Yeah, John, I agree. The whole barn goofy. Yeah, yeah.
But once you get to that back half of the Halloween parade and it's all the villains, that's pretty cool.
Hi, Amy. Um, yeah. Disneyland's Hollywood Halloween parade. Yeah. All right. Well, you have anything else to say, Mike?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm
I hope
tired.
you get I hope you get some sleep. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And we thank everybody for joining us. And hopefully you've followed us over at the Park Life Podcast channel. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
please
go.
do. Otherwise, we'll be all lonely by ourselves over there. Amber, thank you. Yes, I'm going to go do that
Yeah.
now and hopefully get some good sleep tonight.
Thank you, Megan.
As well as
Bye.
Megan, good to see you. Thanks, Ian, of course.
You are
Appreciate it.
welcome. And it's our
Friend of
pleasure
mine.
to be here and chat with all of you guys.
Thank
We
you to Box.
appreciate
I
you
appreciate
showing
that.
up.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. It's a great day to be alive. Hope everybody has a great night and an even better tomorrow.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Night, Tina. Thanks, mods.
Thanks,
Lucky
Lucky Dog. Good
Dog.
night.
Bye. Aaron, LaShonda. Bye bye.
Hey, Aaron.
Here's Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
Hope you had a magical night, Tanya. Bye, Amber.
Yeah, Tanya, we were going to end earlier, but Janelle just keeps talking and talking. You know how she can get.
Is
And
that right?
clearly, Tanya knows how I can get, so she knows the truth. And I'm sure Janelle has made sure she knows the truth.
Bye, villain fan.
Uh,
All right. Um, go get some sleep. Take
yeah,
care of yourself.
now that Tanya's here, we can leave.
Yeah, we're good. And take
Uh,
care, everybody. And again, we'll see you soon. We'll see you
hey,
soon.
Chomps, how
Hi,
are you?
chumps.
Good to see you.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Again,
Yep.
next week I'll try to remind Janelle to put something on her community page for you to send in your questions or topics that you want us to cover. We are happy to explore whatever Disney stuff you'd like us to research, and that gives Janelle time to doodle on her notepad there while we
Yeah.
talk away.
You
We
never
enjoy the
know.
time with you. We really appreciate it. I know I could never do this without Janelle, and obviously we couldn't do this without all of you guys here. So we appreciate you.
All right, I will, Lashana. Well, clearly, someone's got to show up with the answers for these questions, so I need him. Bye, chumps. It was so good to see you in the chat. Bye, Darla.
See
And
you, Darla.
he already knows. We don't need to say it here. All right.
I
Bye,
never say.
guys.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. See you next week. Good night, Janelle.
Night, Mike.